Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from wherever you are joining us from. My name is Yvonne Kanenganawila from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security National Productivity Development Department. We do welcome you to this usual program that we've been airing for the past 1.5 years. In August 2023, the Minister of Labor and Social Security, Honorable Brenda Mikatambatamba, launched this program, the Productivity Z 360 Expert Talk, to bring together various experts and deliberate on issues of national productivity. It has been an awesome journey, and we've had a number of experts that we have featured here who have contributed to the growth of this productivity nation. Today is a very special day because we are hosting one of the contributors to national economy, and this is the informal economy, and this is being represented by Mr. Teddy Sinkala from the Zambia Micro, Small and Traders Cooperative, ZAMAST for short. He'll be able to tell us more about it. And we are looking at the theme, empowering informal economy workers through productivity growth. What are some of the challenges that this sector has faced? What kind of support has been provided to this sector? What are we missing for us to leverage on this sector for productivity growth? This will be a very, very special interaction. Now, you may be aware that the Ministry of Labor, together with the International Labor Organization, have been deliberating on these issues of transforming the formal into the informal economy. And as such, a lot of efforts from the ministry and from the International Labor Office has been put forward. You recall in 2002, this discussion on informal economy and decent work arose, or was a discussion at the International Labor Conference that culminated into various strategies and policies linked to transforming the informal economy. You also recall recently that the Ministry of Labor launched the extension of Social Security coverage strategy to ensure that we extend Social Security coverage to the informal economy. We've discussed issues of occupational safety and health for the informal economy, and very soon we'll be launching a project on productivity ecosystem for decent work for micro, small, and medium enterprise with the view of supporting them transform to the formal economy. So you are welcome to this discussion this morning. For whatever question or comments you have, please use our chat, and our speaker will be able to respond to them, and we'll be able to address them. So we wish you a very pleasant interaction and participation in this. At this point, allow me to invite our speaker probably to give us his background and wealth of experience that he has in the field of working with informal economy workers. Please join me as I bring on stage Mr. Teddy Sinkala, who is the Chief Executive Officer for ZAMAST and is actually based in Kabwe, but has representation in all the 116 districts of this country. Good morning, Mr. Sinkala, and welcome to this program, and we are glad that you have joined us this morning.
Good morning, Madam Yvonne. Yes, my name is Teddy Sinkala. Excuse me, as you have heard, I'm the Chief Executive for Zambia Micro and Small Traders Foundation Cooperative. In short, we are called ZAMAST, and we operate in all 116 districts with branches. We are also one of the lead in the informal economy to explain and translate the 80th National Development Plan on economic transformation and job creation. As you can see me here, I'm a shoe designer by profession. I started making shoes in the street corridors way back. And in 2012, the government developed a strategy paper which was led by the Siakazongo Siakalenge and Felix Nkulukusa. This industrialization and job creation, that's where now we are mobilized and trained how importance of paying tax, and also to make sure that what we are doing is in line with the government. Hence, you've seen where we have reached. We really appreciate these two people who have made us from the street corridor. Imagine from the street corridors. If I can show you, I have a picture here. That is me. I was making shoes in the street corridors. You have seen me there, and that is me there. See closely. So I wanted to show you how we have, advanced up to this stage. We were even, exhibiting the shoes way back. We really appreciate this important, eminent people, Siakazongo Siakalenge, who is now a deputy secretary to the cabinet, and Felix Nkulukusa, who is now secretary treasury. We were mobilized in 2012. In 2014, the same people sponsored us to go and see what the other countries they have managed to formalize the informal economy. And these people spearheaded the trip. Siakazongo Siakarenge, obviously it was supported by spending agencies through the government. In 2020, we were nominated to sit in the cluster in the National Development Coordinating Committee under the program of economic transformation and job creation and cluster advisory. And these are the few preamble. Our members, membership across the country, we are non-profit making, but we are a service provider, and our members, they join us for getting information from the government, like empowerment programs. We translate it into simplest ways so that they get empowered, and we still working in that line. Then coming up with this program which has been given to us. We really appreciate the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. They have been very helpful in the informal economy, because every development starts from informal economy. As you are aware, Zambia is a developing country that is faced with high informality and looking for ways to accelerate the economic growth through the identification of key areas that prove suitable for growth. And of such areas is the investment in micro, small, and medium enterprises, who account for over 70% of the workforce in the labor market. You are aware the majority of in the informal economy who operate in the informal economy, they have so many challenges, many challenges. So we really appreciate for Ministry of Labor and Social Security. With the level of education in the informal economy, we need to work on a holistic way so that each and every stakeholder is involved to reach the GDP in line with the government, New Dawn government policy direction. Well, you are aware, despite of so many efforts the New Dawn government is making targeting the informal economy, there is no database to monitor and support the informal economy graduate to different levels. You see, we need to profile them. We need to profile the informal economy. Our members are those who are in light manufacturing. I failed to mention those who are panel beaters, auto mechanics, agro processing, gemstone processing, car washer, blacksmith, those who make hose, and brick makers, stone crushers, and I've mentioned these carpenters. Yes, these are our members, and in all the districts, 116 districts, we have branches. They get information from us, head office. When we have program with it, for example, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security that has been engaging us from the way back we started. We had a program with the Ministry of Labor and Social Security on digital needs assessment before those informal in the informal economy can get the information. You are in the informal economy. There are very few people who use smartphones. So the government, the new town government, through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, they really did a well done job that our people could be able to understand the digital to apply for empowerment. Now, the problem we have been having is you can see is that there are ministries, for example, like the government agency institution like CEC. CEC, they are the program of empowering those in the informal economy on online. Now, us as ZAMAS, we've been applying from 2020, I think from 2019, 2021 to 2022 up to this year, that we should work together with the CEC and the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises and the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, the Department of National Productivity Department. You see, most of the people, for us who are on the ground, who have got the money, if we go around now to measure who has graduated, there's no one, because those people, they were just applying the funds without being profiled. If somebody is profiled, you know where he or she is operating, you know who's the next king. The money that were disbursed to the citizen, those who are in informal economy, up to now, some of them are failing to pay because there was no coherence, to come together to work as a team. As we are speaking, there are so many millions of backlog with the CC, because most of in the informal economy who got the monies, they were nowhere to be seen. And us as ZAMAS, we were supposed to be mandated. We know them, but if you are not mandated, how do you approach someone to pay? Our hands were tied because no one came in to say, help us in the district where we need to empower these people. They were just applying online, even if he or she, they don't know where she is, they empower them. Up to now, there are so many challenges the ministry they have faced, means of small, medium, and CEC, also together with the means of local government on the empowerment of the funds in the informal economy. Now we have come up with a document that we will submit to the Ministry of Labor and the Social Security, maybe with the permission from Yvonne, the Chief Executive for National Productivity. If I can go through it, it's well and good. Hello, Madam Yvonne.
Yes, go ahead. You can go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, you can go ahead, Mr. Sika.
Hello.
You can go ahead. Hello.
I can go through the document.
Yes.
Okay. As ZAMAS, we've come up with a proposed roadmap pathway in the informal economy to help the government through Ministry of Labor and Social Security and the other ministries that has been giving empowerment, and the agents of the government, this is Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission and Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. And this document, it will be the official document that we will submit, because in any empowerment they give, we should look at the productivity to measure how far have we gone. There are countries that has, done well in Ghana, in Egypt, on productivity, and other international countries, to mention a few. We have the countries that have succeeded. In facilitating the creation of awareness is very important in the informal economy, because to improve productivity in all sectors of the economy, one, we should come up with activities. These activities should go with to conduct productivity awareness and baseline study in the informal economy. When we do that, it will also, before we do that, we need to develop awareness strategy on productivity, conduct awareness programs to come up with the action required, to formulate a database that shall provide profiled information of all the informal economy workers in all 116 districts of 10 provinces of Zambia, in order to coordinate and monitor the activity of the informal economy workers. Obviously, we need to work in partnership with the ministries that are responsible of the informal economy, like Ministry of Labor, job well done. This ministry has been very helpful in the informal economy. We need also to work with the Ministry of Small and Medium. Hello, you can hear me? Okay. This document, when we submit, it will sit in Ministry of Small and Medium, Ministry of Local Government, Citizen Economic Empowerment. Because if you have one document of all the informal economy in Zambia, I'm repeating this because there is no information who's doing what, and there's no one who's monitoring, who is graduating. So if we come up with this maybe a short-term program of profiling, maybe a few districts, so that maybe they sit in the ministry as an example, because as at now in Zambia, people have been just getting money. You see, the expected outcomes from the document you will submit is: one, data to be collected to include biodata, skills, contact details, type of business, among others. Number two, number of awareness baseline studies to conducted, and to hold the central storage of information on informal economy for easy access in order to facilitate planning, controlling, decision making, intervention of the economy workers. Number three, ZAMAs to come up with a database for informal economy workers to form a backbone of a vibrant informal economy in line with government value addition agenda, and the functional informal economy worker integrated database information management system established by Ministry of Labor and ZAMAS, so that we can be tracking this GDP. Because as at now we are speaking, there are very few, in the informal economy who have reported back from the amount they were, funded from the government. So us as ZAMAS, Zambia Micro and Small Traders Foundation Cooperative, we need to really to work together with the ministry, given responsible into this, sector. Because as we talk about productivity, there are so many things in productivity. Those in the informal economy need to be trained, because in the informal economy, there is no department. Okay, we are happy. We have this national productivity. We've been trained. We have reached this far because of national productivity department, the team which was organized by Siakazongo Siakalenge, who is the deputy secretary to the cabinet, are the people who made us the way we are. Even I take you to Inkelenge. Inkelenge, you find those in the informal economy, they have boosted their business. From the information we got, when at that time when the government, as I mentioned in my opening remarks, they came up with the strategy of industrialization and job creation. And these eminent people who are in the government now, they are even in the government, they can help to accelerate, to enhance productivity in the country. With the Felix Kurukusa, who is the secretary treasurer, these were the people who spearheaded us when we were in the street corridors. We were just picked in the street corridors, they mobilized us, we moved in all 116 districts. And if I take you to Inkema, Mungu, they will tell you that these people, they have improved. And they know that because of information inflow, raising awareness, this time around, people are just doing anyhow. They're just working without realizing that we need to develop this country. And we need to have the government, like Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of this one, small and medium, CEC, Ministry of Local Government, a tracking system to be tracking just after profiling. Because even as we are talking right now here in this program, we don't have any database. We don't have any profiling informal economy. Okay, for us, in a small way, we have them, those members, but there are many. There are many, about maybe 4 point something, who are in informal economy. The government, through Ministry of Labor, should come in. When we do that, we'll see our country who is going to achieve the highest economic growth, especially in the light manufacturing, where, we have so many people, innovators. I forgot one ministry of Science and Technology, because technology is also important in the informal economy. People, they should learn how to use technology. I remember very well, in 2014, we had a baseline study. This was also supervised by Siakalenge Siakazongo, who is the deputy secretary to the cabinet. They came down to informal, to the streets, those people, to identify us. We really salute them, because we are the way we are because of them. They had to remove their jackets and see to it that we work together in line with what they developed. So we are saying that let's come up together to let's avoid like workshops and so forth. Let's have a physical work. Let's go into the informal economy and profile them. There we're going to know who is doing this, who is doing that, who need technology, who needs to be taken to trainings. Like the New Dawn government has come up with deliberate policy of training in trades, kabwe trades, chipata trades. We monitor them. When they finish, we need to put them together, because the New Dawn government has embarked on infrastructure construction. We get them. Oh, where is this school they are building? Give them the job. That job, if you give them the job, that money, they will pay the people who will be engaged in working with them in line with the economic transformation and job creation. Meaning the government will be creating employment on its own. So these are the things we need to look at. If you come up with like for Zambia, the informal economy is dominant, with a large share of the employed population working in the informal. Efforts are there by the government to support us. Look at what the empowerment they have done. The empowerment any empowerment goes with productivity. You cannot be empowering people. Today, they misuse, maybe, probably, I'm not saying that they misuse it just deliberately. Maybe they fail to to run their business because of the climate change. Sometimes, like these small scale farmers, some few members who are in a cassava value chain, you find there are no rains. But look at the government, what they have done. There are people applying for balls. They have done extremely well. But coming to the people given responsible now to monitor and to profile, there is no information. There is no information entirely. So really we need to work together to consolidate our minds together so that we develop this country through productivity. Because in any department, it's productivity. Even for example, where we are staying in our household, the key is productivity. When there is no productivity, you can't excel. Same with the government. When there is no productivity, people cannot, graduate from this place to that place. So we need to look at all these issues to coach the people. The government, Ministry of Labor should come up with business training, service skills, and this can help also to boost the economic and climate related resilience and serve as a springboard for the informal micro enterprises. So I think I've explained. So what we need Zambia vision is to become a prosperous middle income national by 2030. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sinkala, for this very well elaborate information. We are still discussing, and our listeners and our viewers, those who are viewing us on YouTube, should you have any question or any comment, please feel free to type in the chat. We'll be able to respond to the messages. We are very glad we are being followed by our colleagues from Malawi, Lilongwe, Namibia, our colleagues from NAPSA, from within Zambia, and many other places. We are glad that you have joined us, and we would also want to learn from you. Should you have anything that you want to share that relates to the issue of the informal economy, please feel free to post on the chat and I'll be able to pick up. So from what has been discussed so far, it is evident that Zambia's population, in terms of the workforce, is in the informal economy. Over 73% of the workforce actually works in the informal economy with so many challenges. So from the productivity side, we try by all means to try and bring out these challenges and also solutions for the informal economy at 3 different levels. At individual level, we call it at the micro level, and Mr. Sinkala has elaborated on the issues that individual informal economy workers face because they are not profiled, they are not known. And so if you want to improve their skills, which are very important at the micro level, it becomes very difficult for them to be targeted. You target this one today, he disappears. You target another one, and for sure, you will not see the impact. This has been, I think, the cry of many people that have been supporting the informal economy, in that a lot is being put in terms of helping individual entrepreneurs in the informal economy, but the results are not heard. Probably this is the missing link that we are getting from Zamas this morning, that we need to profile them, we need to know where they are, we need to know them in terms of the knowledge they possess, we need to know the skills they have, we need to know their digital skills, capabilities, and resilient skills they have, so that we should be able to realize the potential that we have in this sector. It's been a long journey of talking about formalizing the informal economy, and yet we seem to be just in the same place. I actually concur with what has been said. Mr. Sinkala has also emphasized to us that if we need to get the most out of this economy, informal economy, we must ensure that we enhance their productivity. And key to productivity is the issue of skills, is the issue of technology, is the issue of mindset at just this very individual level. We are also promoting productivity at the meso level, at the sector level. So organizations such as ZAMAST, the unions, Zambia Chamber of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, and many others that look after various forms of informal economy workers are very key in providing a platform for learning. From Mr. Sinkala's presentation, it is evident that ZAMAST is involved in terms of capacity building, but he has said on their own, they cannot manage it. There are resources that are being provided in terms of how this sector can flourish. So what is required at this particular level is the issue of coordination. So all the institutions that are very relevant in terms of coming together, if they came together, this would be a very, very good a platform for us to support the informal workers at their individual level. The third layer that we usually focus on is the macro level. So here we look at the policies and the strategies as well as the legislation that is available for promoting productivity. So you see, I've just given you a holistic approach to intervening in the informal economy. So what are we doing at the individual level? What are institutions doing at the association level? What are the policies and how are well coordinated? How coherent are these policies and strategies to facilitate transformation of the informal economy? So these are some of the discussions that we must honestly have in terms of supporting the informal economy. I actually love the point that was raised in terms of these linkages with the skills training institutions such as TVETA in terms of helping skills, for the informal economy. So, Mr. Sinkala, what other insights do you think you must emphasize on? What about the issues of representation of the informal economy? Are you well able to represent these informal economy? What kind of capacities are needed in terms of representation? What needs to be done? I'll be very happy to hear from you because I know you always give us very honest feedback.
Yes, we need to significantly strides in integrating and supporting productivity in Zambia. Really, what we need is a tracking system. It's very key. And, literacy to teach them, us as organizations, to give us that responsibility to do the work. That will help even the citizen, the government, and even the ministry to see to it that we develop at the highest level. And it should be a continuous national anthems talking about productivity. People should get into their minds that if you want maybe probably to get the empowerment from the government, you should also attach something that is connected to productivity, meaning the government or institutions like CEC, they won't be disappointed when these people are funded the funds to run their businesses that will develop the economic growth in Zambia in line with the GDP. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And indeed, that is actually very, very important for us. Another issue that has, I think, been brought out is the issue of linking empowerment to productivity. So before we give empowerment funds, we must ensure that we train them. We give them probably this kind of mindset that is very key in terms of how they utilize their resources. Remember, we are looking at empowering informal economy workers through productivity growth. And so what we are saying from the national productivity and through ZAMAST here is that the issues of training becomes very, very key. And training is more linked to issues of behavior. behavioral change. We don't have any problems with how people probably do their business because they know how to do their business. They know how to count their monies. But I think we've got a problem with the issues of behavior, the issues of mindset, and the issues of attitudes, general attitudes. And this is what has made us very different, from other countries. In countries where the informal economy has flourished, it is where individuals have taken up every opportunity that is available. And that's a mindset issues. Mr. Sinkala did mention that there's been a lot of empowerment that has gone in there. And at some point, I argued to say that I think it is not true from the Zambian perspective to say that informal economy workers or MSMEs per se lack finances. I think in Zambia we have tried so much, and then from the government perspective, even from non-state actors, to provide resources for this sector. But the issue has been with the attitude, because the utilization, of this, because they are not profiled, they're not tracked, they're not monitored, is compromised, and that makes it very difficult for us to yield the actual benefit that we want to get from this. We all know from literature that informal economy workers actually are avenues for innovation. They are avenues, for job creation. So how can we leverage this sector so that we can get the most out of it and get all this necessary innovation, that is available? We're just actually returning from Tanzania, where we participated in a conference on e-learning. To what extent are informal economy workers involved in this discussion of e-learning, issues of digital skills? Do they have these skills to be able to learn how to do what they do best? So it's an issue of inclusion, it's an issue of exclusion on the other hand. So how can ZAMAS probably help us facilitate, especially as we talk about these issues that are emerging right now, issues of technology, issues of learning and using and applying all forms of learning, including issues of AI, which is topical, because everybody is involved. The informal economy workers are involved. How can we bring them in this kind of discussion? You touched a little bit on the issues of climate change. We've seen the informal economy being affected. Last year, Zambia experienced a very terrible drought, which affected water, energy and electricity, so to speak. And many of your people, you say that are blacksmiths, they work, they do welding, they have barber shops, they've got saloons, and definitely this situation here, really give them a lot of some stress. So how is Zamas trying by all means to ease or to mobilize these informal economy workers so that at the end of the day, we're able to harness, the little potential in them, through either technology and through climate change resilience? Are there some programs that you have undertaken that speak to these issues as an organization that others from other countries would want to learn from you this morning?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Ifoni. As I alluded to, Zambia has gone digital. In all the things you must do, it's a mandatory. So we need inclusive digital economy, which connects individual households and small businesses with financial ecosystem that characterize participation in the local economy. Number two, to make Zambia more towards digital economy that will drive by deliberate digital governance policies. Number three, raising awareness and baseline survey of the informal economy and design of appropriate intervention plan on digital skills enhancement. These will help our country to move. You see, I think to my side, I've seen that we have spent so much on workshops, these workshops. You see, when we look at some of the documents, that very good documents, that even other countries admire, Zambia has come up with, especially on the productivity. We need you as a ministry, try to come up with a study tour like what in 2012 when there was this program of industrialization and job creation strategy. The government came up with a study tour. Sometimes these people, they are confined in one place. So we need maybe also to go to where the countries that have managed, productivity. As you have mentioned, you came from Tanzania. Yes, so you each time you are making programs, remember also to get maybe 1, 2 from any organization, not really Zamas alone. Maybe you tell us to mobilize. Give us one maybe from Inkema. Give us one from Mungu. Give us one from you. Take them. When they come back, like what they did, I still mentioned when the Siakazongo Siakalenge was there. It's a national anthem in my town because the people made us the way we are. They mobilized us. We went on a study tour to Singapore and Malaysia, where we went to know how those countries managed to formalize their countries. When we came back, we started a project of industrialization. These industrial yards in selected districts. Those industrials you have seen in Solwezi, Mansa, Chipata, Mongu, Kitwe, and else in Luapula. It was our concept. It was our concept. The way you have done it, even them, they did the same. We presented, they picked it up, they engaged the technocrats. As we are not at the university, no, God has given us wisdom to follow what is there and to succeed and to prosper and to create employment the way we have done. We have created employment. You can come and one of these fine days, I'll invite Siakazongo Siakarenge, who is the deputy secretary to the cabinet, that let's go to these places to see what you did, like what you are doing, Madam Yvonne. This is the same concept they did. You call those people on the ground because they have that phobia of fear in the informal economy. Let me tell you, if you tell somebody go and ask at labor office, ask about this productivity, just looking at the office, he won't go there. But you bring he or her closer to you, like what they did. Right now, I feel happy. I can communicate with the deputy secretary to the cabinet, Zakazongo, about the programs. Sir, you remember so. Because other people, Felix Nkulukusa, who is the secretary treasurer, he was a permanent secretary at finance. These two, they worked hard. I'm telling you. Look at the way we are. We were just nowhere. We were not even counted in the street. This time they call us boss. They call me boss. From the street, I become a boss. Through the direction of the policy of the government, I become a boss. And I'm paying to the government and I'm up to date to ZRA. Previously, we were not paying. We were thinking that they were troubling us to pay taxi. Now, when Siakazongo Siakarenge and Felix Nkulukusa came in to mobilize us in 2012, that's when we started paying. Imagine. We thought, yeah, it's very important to pay tax. And we feel happy. We have a platform, we inform them, oh, gentlemen, today 30, those who haven't paid to the government, start paying. We have a platform. ZRA has not involved there. When we write to be involved, no one responds. The way you have done it as the Minister of Labor, I salute you. You people, if all the ministries have been doing this, I don't think it can take you 1 year, 2 years to develop our country in the productivity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Of course, there's the question. I'm sure you've addressed part of it. The question says that, do you have a database of SMEs and are they categorized from beginners to tycoons? That's a question from Michael Tisase on the platform. So Azamas, do you have a database of SME? I know you did allude to the fact that we don't have a national database where we can profile, where we have profiled these, but I think this is Azamas. Do you have this? As you respond to that, I'm also interested in the issues of gender equality among the informal economy workers, because that is also very important. And also, what kind of support is tailored to, for example, issues of women who actually are the majority in this informal economy. So as you respond to Michael, probably you can also touch a little bit on little information that you have in terms of gender issues relating to the informal economy.
Yes, we have a database for those in the informal economy. Based on the biodata we conducted, it was way back in 2014. We still have the same, database, but it needs to be looked at. To get information across the country, you need a huge amount of money that on our own we can't manage. As I mentioned, we are a non-profit making. Just provide the information, provide services to help the government. When they have a program, they engage us. And our people have been extremely happy. We still have the same 1.9 million. And on gender equality, in fact, women's are also there. It's about maybe 35% or so, because we are dealing in light manufacturing. So women are also there. Traders who are doing mobile phones, but we haven't done a baseline yet. We just looking forward to see any stakeholders who can come in. We can also work together so that we develop our country. Thank you.
Did you touch the issue of women? Hello, Mr. Sen. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I'm saying that I needed a little bit of some information on the issues of gender, the issues of women.
All the issues of women, we have maybe about 35%. We have them, especially on our structure across the country. Women, they are there. On the gender, I don't think we have a problem. It's about 30, but this time we have reached to 40%.
So there is also another question here that do you have specific gender programs or just specific programs relating to women?
We do have those programs, like for example, when any institution which has got a program, they always engage us. For example, when NAPSA goes into the markets for road shows, we are always engaged, and they tap into the programs we run, because we have so many, institutions that we have an MOU with. So we work together with them, and the women's, they are there.
Okay. So somebody probably could have missed out on a little bit of information, saying how wide is your coverage in terms of representation?
We are in all 116 districts with branches. We've covered across the country in terms of representation. We cover, yes.
So in short, in all the 116 districts, they've got structures, Milimo.
Yes.
I think it would be very good for you to partner with them. Milimo is actually from the Zambia Congress of Trade Unions. I think this would be a very good...
Sorry, madam. And those at provincial level, they attend the PDCC, Provincial Development Coordinating Committee, that chairs the provincial ministers, who is the vice chairperson, the provincial secretaries. They also attend the District Development Coordinating Committee, DDC, that chairs the district commissioners, the vice chairperson, their town clerks, and council secretaries. It's several like a structure from the government, from NDCC, National Development Coordinating Committee, CAM, PDCC, Provincial Development Coordinating Committee, District Development Coordinating Committee, up to the ward level, Ward Development Coordinating Committee. We have coordinators who coordinates the programs.
Very, very useful. I'll just read for you some comments that have come on the chat. This is an interesting discussion, which means well for Zambia. Clustering the informal sector is key to have targeted support services that invigorate productivity or productive. And then I have another one which is saying that individuals are not paying back. Everything starts with individual mindset change and the inculcation of positive values, which in turn speak to issues of attitude. I think these cannot be overemphasized. So Milimo will actually get in touch with you, Mr. Sinkala, and also try to see how you can network and how they can leverage on the structure, that you have for issues of productivity. So we are almost coming to the closer of this conversation. We have about 9 minutes more. We're waiting for your questions. But as we do that, Mr. Sinkala, do you have other very key recommendations that you'd want to probably leave us with as we are coming to the end of this? What are the pain points of the informal economy in terms of productivity growth? What are the pain points in terms of the informal economy transforming to the formal economy, where they will have access to social protection, access to credit, and access to other various forms of support that come as a means of being formalized? What are some of your pain points? What are some of the issues that you can present to us, from this discussion?
Thank you very much. One, we need to have a raising awareness on raising awareness and a baseline survey to capture those in the informal economy to see this will be long term, maybe mid, short or term. I don't know you technocrats how you're going to put it. We need to have a profile. We need to have you should come up with a roadmap of trainings in all 116 districts of this important program of national productivity. Then we need to have a tracking of the informal economy, those who can contribute to GDP, a training. Also, I've mentioned a baseline, a profile. We need to profile them. After profiling them, that's when now we'll start knowing how far we are going with the development in the informal economy. Because if there is no profile, we just repeating the same programs. As you mentioned, we've been talking too much, but we need to go on the ground also to raise digital inclusive economy so that they know how to apply. And also you, the ministry, you need to call the institution like CEC, Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Commerce, which is the Secretariat for National Development Coordinating Committee, to be easy to go through. For the invitation of these people to come, you use the secretary to the cabinet to write them. Then we come on the table so that we come up with something that can develop our country really. Thank you.
There is one more question that has come through. Since we still have a little bit of time, we can maybe you can address it. How can we work with you, ZAMAST, in building capacity in agriculture-specific cooperative? We have a program we will be rolling out. This is under agribusiness consultants firm we are running. And then also someone has sent me a text that what's the situation in terms of social security coverage, especially with the rolling out of the national strategy on extension of social security coverage? Do we have members of ZAMAST who have subscribed to National Pension Scheme Authority? NEMA or any other form of social security that guarantees protection and income security in old age when they have accidents or any other life eventuality. So those two questions, we'll be very happy to get your remarks. So the first one, again, I'll repeat, is from Kasama. This is Liberty. She says, how can we work with you, Zamast, in building capacity in agriculture-specific cooperative? We have a program we will be rolling out. This is under agribusiness firm we are running. Then the second one has to do with the issues of social security or social protection for informal economy workers. How are we faring in that space?
Yes, for the question of agri, those who will be rolling out, we need to get details, and then we come up with a memorandum of understanding. We sign, and then we see how we can move forward. Then for the national security coverage into the informal economy, we will start very soon. The document was launched last year, National Strategy for Economy. It was launched for social security, was launched last year. But this year now, we are just waiting for a sitting with the Ministry of Labor and Social Security so that we see how we can start rolling out to inform those in the informal economy, because they are not aware of the social security. But we've been explaining to them the importance, but at a small, program that we cannot roll out because of the finances. But the ministry, they will engage in NAPSA, workers' compensation, NEMA, and the PIA, so that we work together. It will be the first of its kind going into the informal economy, and we have already received the appointment letters from Ministry of Labor and Social Security to be included in the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This has been a very, very insightful meeting. Allow me just to summarize this discussion that we've had this very beautiful morning. Well represented in terms of the SADC region and East Africa. I've seen Tanzania also joining us this morning from Dodoma and Dar es Salaam. Very, very, very grateful. Representation from Malawi, our good neighbors, Namibia, South Africa. We are so glad that you found time to join us. And indeed, the issues that we face are issues that cut across borders. We are one big family facing all these, and we are all simply looking out for information on how best we can service the Zambian people. So if we are to acquire productivity growth, and empower informal economy workers, I think it has been very, very clear from this discussion that we need to do quite a lot in terms of awareness programs, as well as profiling of informal economy workers, so that we'll be able to have targeted efforts, and be able to track and measure the results that are gained from here. But again, one other important issue that has come as a challenge to us from government and from other institutions that are supporting MSME is the issue of coordination. Who brings what on the table? If you are bringing resources, I'm bringing the training. If I'm bringing the training, somebody's bringing also the issues to do with the digitalization, and others is talking about climate change. So bringing all these issues together, I think, will be very, very key for transforming the informal economy and ensuring that we get maximum productivity growth from the sectors. So disconnected or disjointed efforts will not yield any results. And this is the reason why Zambast has actually called for profiling, because as you profile, you'll be able to get the entire needs of this sector. And then the other issue that we have deliberated on in terms of ensuring that this sector is productive has to do with utilization of the funds that are provided. It's very important because we know that the informal sector requires capital. They require resources. They require capital, and through these avenues that are providing these, the only plea that has come is that let people be trained before they get this, so that the little they can get, they can use it to the maximum. Productivity is about doing less, doing more with less. The other issue that has come out, I think, has to do with the issue of recognition. We must be able to recognize the strength that is in the people that are doing the work, that are on the ground. Engagement with them, I think, has come out as very, very key. Their hands on the ground. We will make policies in the workshops. We will make policies, strategies in the conference rooms, but without engaging these ones that are on the local, on the ground, our efforts are just futile or failure. So we must seek to provide engagement and support the structures that we have. Another issue that we have deliberated on this morning has to do with the issues of technology exclusion of the sector. So there's quite a lot that needs to be done. Most of the services are online. Most of the services, can be acquired online. But do they have enough digital skills to be able to leverage this online platform for their benefit and for the benefit of the nation? We must ensure that we put all these. The other issue that has come out, of course, is the issue of limited data, for us to make quality decisions. And that is why they have really emphasized on the issues of profiling, because that will give us a very robust data framework that will be able to use to manage the sector. It's 11:01 in Zambia, and we are grateful that you joined us. We hope that you join us again next week, when we hopefully will feature Ms. Ngamelu from Absa Bank to talk about issues of productivity from her perspective as an expert. This is a monthly program that we endeavor to bring through this YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. And if possible, click the notification button so that every time we go online, you'll be able to catch us and participate. Thank you so much, all of you that have joined us. We are so blessed, and we wish you a pleasant week, as well as the blessings from our God above. Until next time, it's goodbye from me and from my guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Yvonne.